INTOverse. So we are basically a Web3 SocialFi as well as a super app. We are trying to revolutionize the whole Web3 social network industry. So basically we have four main sort of product components. Number one is your typical crypto wallet, which will be the main interface to interact with our protocol. Number two is the core product feature, which is the SocialFi feature. Number three is our soulbound tokens, which is essentially your digital identity. And number four, we are also incorporating AI components as well as AI tools to help manage your social experience. So the main sort of problems and issues we are trying to solve today is typically in Web 2, we use WhatsApp, we use Facebook, but most of the time those value as well as monetization-wise, it goes back to the big corporation, right? It goes back to Mark Zuckerberg, it goes back to the corporation. But for Web 3, it's unique in the sense whereby we are able to redistribute this value through our token economy. And also, not to forget, in terms of like privacy-wise, in terms of security-wise, obviously for Web3, we are decentralized and also it is fairly secure as compared to Web2 products. And yes, so the main value proposition of why we created INTOverse is four parts. Number one, we're trying to drive traffic to the Web3 space through social network. Number two is incentives. So we are trying to redistribute back the rewards and also the value back to the users the more often they use our app. Number three is security. So your data privacy as well as your personal information are able to sort of be secure on our blockchain and also encrypted. And lastly, in terms of like AI tool-wise, traditional sort of social tools are fairly centralized and most often than not, they are not scalable. So in terms of like Web3 market potential, just a quick overview. In terms of CAGR-wise, or your compound annual growth rate, is about 44%. Right now, the entire Web3 market value is valued at around 1 trillion at the moment. And so in 2021, China and US actually account for the largest sort of market when it comes to social network, about 40% of them. And in terms of enterprise segment, they take up about 45% within the $1 trillion market. And so our sort of vision is to tap into this huge Web3 network and also bring in sort of SocialFi to the Web3 space. And what we are doing with Neo, or collaborating with Neo right now, is that we envision for, by using Neo EVM, we are able to achieve a target of 100,000 daily active users, as well as 500,000 daily transactions. And how do we do this? So the beauty of Neo EVM is that users are able to connect to multiple L1, L2 chains, like Ethereum, Polygon, BSC, so on and so forth. And also within the entire ecosystem, we are able to leverage Neo EVM to tap into the different dApps like GameFi, DeFi, so on and so forth, as well as also NFT, like the couple of projects that we have had earlier. Yeah, so in terms of our overall plan as well as roadmap, we intend to onboard as many Web2 users and convert them into the Web3 space, right, into INTOverse. And through our SocialFi or social to earn function, they are able to get onboarded and be our long-term customers. And in terms of Web3 conversion, now that they have used our main social chat, they are able to then leverage the SBT function, whereby we can unlock multiple opportunities like decentralized society, decentralized banks, insurance, UBI, airdrops, and so on. So just to summarize, for INTOverse, we have four main components as mentioned. So right now, for today's sort of demonstration, we are mainly focusing on the crypto wallet as well as its use case. But right now, for our app, we actually have the Web3 SocialFi element, SBT, and AI as mentioned. So on new EVM, currently during these 2 days of hackathon, we have managed to run a demo of our app to be able to transfer, receive, and send crypto, as well as receive what we call red packet in Chinese terms, or like money from your friends. Just a quick sort of demo. Yep, so over here, you can basically see that we have developed a demo whereby users can send a particular token through the new EVM chain. So you can put in the amount, the address. And yeah, you should be able to see, I'm not sure if you guys can see the screen, but once the token is sent, the new token value will be reflected in your wallet. Yep, and so that is sort of the product demo that we have demonstrated for this hackathon. But of course, in the future, we will expand the rest of the product features to new EVM users as well. So Web3 SocialFi, SBT, as well as AI. And in terms of the value proposition, for Web3 wise, we are able to provide encrypted messaging, so your privacy and security is always secure. And also for that, we are able to then connect with the ecosystem of new EVM chain projects, as well as all the other partners that you guys are building, to be able to connect with them seamlessly. And in terms of SocialFi, which is our core product, there are 3 main value propositions. The first one is that we have a very diverse SocialFi function, whereby users are able to start downloading our app and start chatting with their friends. And in doing so, not only will they be able to unlock different communities that we have right now on our app, but they also manage to earn while at the same time chatting with their friends. And number 2 is what we call social mining. So once you receive sort of the token, which we in our app is TOX, you are then able to stake your tokens and get more rewards, as well as multiply your rewards in the future. And lastly, in terms of our talks, we also intend to expand the utility to reach out to all the other dApps as well as projects that are currently working on Neo EVM. And the third part is what we call soulbound token. So I'm not sure if you guys are familiar, but soulbound token are basically non-transferable, non-resellable NFTs. And this is your main Web3 digital identity. And as you use our app more, and as you interact with more communities within our app, you are able to increase your digital identity within the space. So in the future, we have a lot of use cases for SBT, whereby you are able to tap into what we call the decentralized banking. So think of it as your credit score, whereby your SBT will be the main recognition for you to be able to provide loan to others or to obtain loan from your friends and family. And the SBT use case can also sort of unlock new type of financial products, whereby you are also able to purchase insurance, for example, secure your own sort of hardware, wallet, or cold wallet as such. And in terms of AI assistant, because fundamentally we are a social networking tool, right? And I'm sure a lot of you guys right now are using maybe Discord or Telegram to manage your community. But what if I tell you that you can even use our AI tool to help you better manage your communities within the INTOverse app? And that is our main sort of selling point over here. Yeah, so just to summarize, INTOverse app is basically 3 things. Number 1 is safe to use.